how to embrace your masculinity on semen retention. I'm not talking about surface level masculinity, which is all about sleeping with as many women as possible or making as much money, right? That's not the sort of masculinity that we talk about on this channel. We're talking about you becoming an actual man, a man that women want to be around, a man that other men respect, that helps you to build a safe and powerful world, not just for you, but for your family and society as a whole. So if you're interested in that, wait until the end, because I am going to leave the most important thing to your masculinity till the end of this video. And if you do like content like this, make sure that you support by liking, commenting, subscribing, and even download my free ebook on 30 days to power. So let's get into it. Right now, when we're talking about embracing your masculinity, one of the most basic ways for you to do that is to actually wake up with the sun, right? Women have monthly cycles as they follow the moon. Men have daily cycles, right, which follows the sun. So when you wake up and you rise with the sun and you make that sun touch you, right, you get out there, you have a look at the sun, it actually raises your testosterone. Your cortisol is highest at this time, so it's easiest for you to start taking action, right, which is so important to the masculine impulse, is to be taking action, to be active, right? And that leads me straight on to number 2, which is doing an intense workout. And if you want to mix this together, wake up early, right? Do a meditation, do some affirmations, and then boom, go straight in and do your workout, right? And make it intense. Make sure that you're sweating, right? That afterwards you're feeling like, yes, right, I done something worth doing with my day. This will raise your testosterone. It will get your dopamine moving straight away. And it's one of the best ways to set your day up for success, right? The third thing that you can do is to get involved with some form of competition. Now, this doesn't have to be a competition where you're trying to take someone out, right? But friendly competition is good. Even if it's you don't have anybody to compete with, but you're doing something, for example, at work, right? Compete with the best person in your job. Like if you're in a sales role and you're not number one, look at the person who's number one and have some form of internal competition, right? Where you're like, all right, cool, I'm going to improve myself and become number one. You should always be striving to be better and to be the best. That is the masculine impulse. Now, obviously, balance that out. Make sure that you're not in this place where you're making that affect you as a person, where you're putting yourself down, but having that competition, something to strive towards, will definitely boost, right, the way that you feel as a man, right? Because again, all of these things give you testosterone. Now, the next thing is to be assertive. Stop being passive. Stop trying to be this nice guy. Be who you are. Unapologetically. If you've got something to say, say it. Now, I'm not saying be rude. I'm not saying to hurt people with your words, but be assertive. If you do not like something, be okay with telling that person to stop, no matter who it is, right? I've had managers that were dealing with me or speaking to me in ways that I couldn't deal with. And so I've had to tell them, you can't speak to me like that if you want me to do this thing, right? And it creates respect, right? Because you're using your energy to create boundaries, which is really important when you're trying to step into your masculinity. And it also avoids anger, right? So if you're assertive and you're doing the things that you know that you're meant to do and you're not letting people stand in your way, you naturally will avoid the anger, because anger is used, right, if someone violates your boundaries. And if you're assertive, the likelihood is less people will even feel like they can violate your boundaries. The next thing is to learn something new every day, right? The masculine impulse is to grow, it is to expand, it's to go to the next thing. So find something that you are interested in and learn about it. 20 minutes of reading on your topic or watching a video about the topic that you are interested in does wonders for how you feel like a man. And it also gives you things to talk about as well, right? Which is great when you are trying to relate with other people. It makes you interesting, right? Again, it puts you above going into that kind of, that competitive side as well. You want to be seen as, a great person, someone who stands above the rest, right? Learning something new and always being on that journey of learning and growth will do wonders for you. Now, this one is really important, and it's create a big goal or vision for yourself. Be happy, but never be satisfied. Wherever it is that you are right now, you can be better. You can do more. And so implant that, sorry about that, into your vision of where it is that you want to be, right? Because that vision will ignite, right, that masculinity that is within you. And the last, which is the most important thing that you can do, is set off on the adventure, right? Answer the call. After you have that vision for yourself, the vision itself will make you feel more masculine. I'm going towards something, but make it an adventure, right? Make it that when I've finished work, I am just going to work on this thing. I am going to take risk, right? Because that is what it means to be masculine. We were, back in the day, we were the ones that went out and hunted, right? That was us. That was the masculine impulse. So if you are not doing something that's taking you on an adventure, right, you're naturally going to be suppressing that masculine impulse. And we all have an adventure that we want to go on, right? Especially when we start cultivating for a while, this becomes a natural impulse. Set off on the adventure. Take the risk, right? Because that will turn you into the man that you're meant to be. It's the journey of the adventure that turns you into the man, mixed in with the rest of these things that you do on a day-to-day basis, right? You will just feel masculine. No one will be able to penetrate, right, this masculine core, because masculinity is not something that is given to you by other people, right? Masculinity is something that radiates from within you. Just like the sun radiates its light outward, masculinity radiates its power outward to others. So guys, I hope these tips have been practical and useful to you. Remember to drop a comment into the chat and join my free WhatsApp community. Last but not least, always remember that you are perfect by design. Peace.